Hello, Power Achievers. Pat Council, goal achievement strategist, business coach, and the host of the podcast, Designing Your Life Today, here to talk about what failure really means. You know what? When we don't achieve our goals, it's not exactly a good feeling. So I decided to talk about what failure really means. Think for a moment. Have you ever heard someone say, I feel like a failure, or I feel like a big failure? Have you ever heard anyone say that? Or maybe on the other side of the coin, you've heard that there's no such thing as failure. Now, I believe in the other side of the coin, the second one. And in fact, I've done a podcast on that. Now, of course, in some cases, I think this is probably more prevalent, that when people actually fail, and they feel like they've just absolutely failed at whatever goal or the goals that they've set, they don't say anything at all. They just simply shy away from working to achieve that goal. They draw the conclusion that maybe this isn't for me. And you know what? That may not even be the case. So I think that when we take the time to understand what failure really means, I think it will change how we view a perceived failure. And changing your perspective, that's going to give you the confidence boost needed to rework your goals and really to kind of get back to it and to start achieving the goals that excited you in the beginning. So let's get into it. First of all, failure, that's an indication that you are setting limitations on your life. Now, whether it's limited thinking or whether it's you limiting taking the right actions, it's still limitations that you're setting on your life. The second thing is that you may be closing yourself off from the people who can provide you with the very help that you need so that you can achieve the goal. For example, sometimes we need more knowledge in an area. Sometimes we don't know enough. And there are people who can actually provide us with the answers. And we shy away from learning what we need to learn so that we can solve whatever challenges we're having on our goal achievement journey. Or, sometimes we back away from people that can provide us with more tangible resources. And by tangible resources, I mean people that can provide us with, let's say, money that we need in order to drive our project forward. And I think we shy away from that because I've heard people say, well, I don't like asking for things, or I don't want to bother them, or I don't want to feel like I'm begging. You know what? I want you to keep this in mind. I'm sure that the goal that you have, it's an amazing goal. And a lot of times goals that require more money for you to drive that project forward to make it happen, those goals, when you actually achieve them, they're not just going to benefit you. They're going to benefit so many others. So again, those limitations are stopping you. That's a form of limitation. Take the limitation off. Now, the other thing is sometimes we're just simply going in the wrong direction and we need to turn around, or we need to stop and we need to think about the direction that we're going in and decide what's our next move. Which direction should we be going in? Now, the solution is to really find the ways to take the limitations off, and that's also going to help you figure out the right direction that you need to go in. And when you can find ways to remove those limitations that prevent you from achieving, then you're going to realize that, well, really, failure is not that big of a deal. And that perhaps the goal that you push to the side or decided that, hey, you know what, I'm done with this, that maybe you need to bring that goal back. So as always, I want you to keep in mind that it always starts with you. Why does it start with you? Because you were the person who set the goal. So it starts with you. And the first step is for you to do what it takes to bring out your magnificence. Since it starts with you and limitations, you're limiting yourself, that means that you're downplaying who you really are. And so that's why your first step is to bring out your magnificence. Position yourself so that you can feel more positive and more powerful. And that way your amazing energy can can propel you forward and you can become the power achiever that you were meant to be. Now, to help you get started, I have a free mini course called Bringing Out Your Magnificence. And all you have to do is click on the link in the notes below or go to designingyourlifeachieversacademy.com and you'll find the course there. It's absolutely free and you can get started. You deserve to achieve every wonderful goal because it's your time to do life with power. So, hey, make it happen, you guys. You have what it takes because you're built by design to win.